What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chillin' with Rick. I'm on location at Cleveland Ave here in Oneida at the Stranger Things house. And I'm sitting here with Jason.
Yep.
Yep. I'm Rick. Nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah, great to meet you as well.
Thank you for letting me do this.
Yeah, no
It
problem.
might be a little noisy, guys. This is a busy street, but this is where it's located. So did this take off last year? Was that your first year doing the Stranger Things thing?
Yeah, it was the first year we did Stranger Things, but we normally go a little bit all out.
Yeah.
With the spider webs, we felt that was all out, and then for some reason it just felt like it kept getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we just got to do something more. And
Yeah.
So we Stranger Things just happened to come out with a new season last year, so we were like, well, let's just go with it.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah.
How many man hours do you have in this? I mean, you must have a background of building things, obviously, right?
I used to do construction.
Yeah.
But I just I like creating things.
Yeah.
But no art history or anything like that. I just we used to build handcrafted log homes.
Yeah.
But that was my only real hands-on kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So we. I'm sorry. What was your other? You had another question. I thought you said.
I just want to know if Stranger Things was your first time last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that was it.
that was the first time doing Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And it blew up, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I heard about. You see that house? You see that house? And I already knew what they were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We didn't mean for it to really take off. We just
Yeah.
kind of did it, and then people were just going crazy, and
Yeah.
we had bigger plans. But and it took a lot of man hours.
Yeah.
That was your other question.
Yeah,
You did
yeah.
have.
See, I forgot myself.
Yeah.
Don't get old, man.
But yeah, so we did put a lot of time into it last year.
Yeah.
We on the Mind Flayer, the big spider-looking guy.
Yes.
He was about 20 hours of work to do
Wow.
him.
Wow.
This Demogorgon, the tall guy here, he was about, I'd probably say we're close to 50 hours of work on him.
Wow.
We just used the 12-foot skeleton, Inferno skeleton,
Yeah.
and we doctored it up to make it into a Demogorgon.
It is what it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we know Walmart sells one, and everybody's like, "Oh, did you buy it at Walmart?" It's like, no, this one is not
Yeah.
Walmart.
Yeah, for $400.
Yeah, and it looks cheesy. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
But the spider webs, we did these last night.
Yeah. I seen the video.
Yeah. It was
For my
5.
audience who haven't seen the video,
Oh, yeah.
how do you do the spider webs?
So we use beef netting.
Okay.
So what it is this giant roll of like a 20-pound roll. We buy it in bulk because we use so much.
Yeah.
I think we bought like 4 rolls of it. So we have like 80 pounds of this stuff sitting around.
Yep.
And we use about 3/4 of a roll per year.
Yeah.
And we do it fresh every year, so it's nice and neat looking.
Yeah.
We're still not done. We have a little bit of fine tuning, but we just pull it all around, and we just use fabric scissors, and we pull it and stretch it as we go, and just
Yeah.
make tiny little holes. And the tiny little holes just pop up into this huge
Yeah.
hole. So it makes it look like spider webs, and it takes a little bit of skill to do it, but it's not bad once you get the knack for it.
Yeah.
Our first year it was like 12 hours,
Yeah.
and this year it was 5 hours, and
Yeah.
we just did more, I think, than we normally do. So
Yeah.
we've got the hang of it.
He's a pro now, guys.
Yeah.
So, how long does it take to assemble the spider?
The spider, so I made it pretty easy
Yeah.
to assemble and disassemble. It actually fits in a very tight area. We store it at my parents' house in their garage, but it only takes like 4 foot by 8 foot by 6 foot tall. It's
Yeah.
really not big at all. We have it really packed down. So it's just made out of 1/2 inch cast iron pipe. And we just bent the cast iron to get the shapes where we want them.
Yep.
And if you look at it with just the cast iron, it looks like absolutely nothing sitting there. It's just like, it's just pipes.
Yeah.
And then we just use chicken wire and solar shading and to give it the shape of the black shape there.
Yeah.
So it was, so I mean, a lot of these things too, a lot of people think you can't do it. I didn't think I could do it. I just kind of winged it.
Yeah.
And I just tried. I don't know.
You don't know until you try, right?
Yeah, you don't know
Yeah.
until you try. And people think they can't do this stuff. And it's just like, do it.
You just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, man. It looks phenomenal.
Thanks.
Like
yeah.
this is professional work.
Yeah, thanks. That was my first time doing anything like that, and just worked out. I for some reason, I know how to translate things in my mind.
Yeah.
In construction, I always knew how things were going to look before I did it, and I work things over like 10 times in my mind before I tackle something, because a lot of people's mistakes are they just go for it and then try to adjust, but I adjust in my mind beforehand and then just
You picture it and it comes out.
yeah, exactly.
See, I picture it and then it comes out as, I don't know what. The scrambled painting, I don't know.
Yeah.
I try to explain it to my fiance, God bless her, and she puts up with me.
Yeah.
And she gets it. She gets what I'm trying to say because she's been with me for 12 years.
Yeah.
And by the way, you'll probably appreciate this. I'm getting married on Friday, October 13th.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Friday the 13th wedding.
well, that's a good day. Wow.
I don't, maybe you appreciate it, maybe you don't, but I figure you got a girl hanging in front of me, so.
Yeah. No, she'll appreciate it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So more things. Oh yeah, more things of how we
Yes.
did these things.
Yes.
Like little tidbits on how we did this. Like this looks like it'd be hard to do. Like, how did you get it exactly?
Yeah.
Like, we kind of got details down too that people don't recognize.
Yeah.
Like all of these letters, all the drips are even down to what's in the show.
Yeah.
So we got a projector and projected up what was on the show onto here.
Yeah.
And then we just brushed it right in.
That's
and painted it. We used the same paneling, same color of the wall. We're actually missing a trim piece. Nobody notices, but we have to put that in. I just forgot it at my parents' house.
Yeah.
And the hanging girl up there too. Her name's Max. So I'm not sure. Have you seen the show, right?
I've seen a few.
Okay. So Max, she looks like a dummy up there, but she's super lightweight. She's only like maybe 5 pounds.
Yeah.
It's mostly just the weight of the clothes. She's made out of pool noodles and pillow stuffing and just the costume that we bought on Amazon for Max. And there was a fellow fan in town here. They bought the shoes, so they're legit Vans that are on her, the same ones in the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And people always ask too, how do you get her to float? A lot of people who don't see it in person can't really tell, but it's a 100-pound fishing line.
Okay.
And we just tie it in a certain way so it doesn't snap. And we put it right through her chest, and it makes it so she doesn't spin. Everybody I've seen put her up, a lot of people do the same exact thing.
She's spinning and spinning.
She's spinning and spinning. And this is how you get her to stand straight forward.
Yeah.
Which is little tricks like that.
You're quickly becoming my new hero, man.
Thanks.
So how did you make this incredible guy right here?
So with this guy, like I said, the Inferno pumpkin skeleton is what we used as the frame. It has a very similar body shape, but the skeleton is super skinny. So you'll notice, if you know the skeleton itself, the legs are very skinny. So we bulked it up with bubble wrap and pillow stuffing.
Yeah.
And then the whole body we wrapped in like a shrink film.
Okay.
And heat gunned it all down.
Yeah.
And then over that, we put in shop towels with latex paint and Mod Podge.
Wow.
And so we mixed the latex paint and Mod Podge, and we just brushed it on, brushed the paint onto the plastic wrap,
Yeah.
put the towel down, brushed the towel. It took us about 8 hours to do that whole body.
Wow.
The head is different though. The head we use liquid latex.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know about the Mod Podge and latex paint at the time, which I don't feel would have worked as well for the head. So it worked out okay.
Yep.
The teeth are all made from multiple plastics, so each individual tooth took about 2 minutes each to do. Plus, we had to paint each one. So we had 196 teeth, I think it was. So it doesn't look like that many, but there is quite a few up there.
Yeah.
The petals that come out of the head. So the head itself is actually from the Inferno skeleton.
Okay.
And then we just we drilled through the head to create holes so we can put bamboo through the head as a skeleton frame.
Yeah.
Because otherwise those petals would be flapping all over the place.
Yeah.
We just filled the petals to give them volume with bubble wrap, and we wrapped the petals with masking tape.
Oh,
And if you look close at the petals too, they're like kind of concave.
Yeah.
We just the masking tape held it in place when we wrapped it, so we kind of cupped it in.
yeah.
And everything else, the whole entire body is spray painted too. So when we finished it, I hand spray painted every single last
I watch your
thing.
videos. I'm a fan.
Thanks. Yeah, so I've never done anything like that before with a spray paint, so I impressed myself. I was like, okay, well,
You impress everybody.
that worked out. But yeah, the biggest thing that was kind of surprising to me was the how it felt like you paint in reverse. It was a little trick that I just thought in my head, and it was like, get your base down, that's your lightest colors,
Yeah.
and then you go backwards
Yeah.
to the biggest colors.
Yeah.
And there's like these colors in behind that we kind of like sprayed in there. If you look at the videos, you'll see them. There's like, we
Yeah.
use these templates I use to give it kind of like muscles and folds on the body. And that's created by just spraying these templates onto it that I made, and it kind of gives it some depth.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, you have a lot of people obviously stopping by here. I think
Okay.
somebody just pulled up not long ago.
Yeah.
While
Oh, yeah.
we've been sitting here.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year we had a lot going on.
Yeah.
People don't really know about it quite yet because we
Yeah.
haven't made a big stink
They're
about
gonna
it.
know now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
You're my third interview today.
oh nice.
I'm helping local businesses today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last year we had Halloween night we handed out I think it was 5,000 pieces of candy, and I don't know if anybody remembers, but Halloween night was dead like everywhere else. It was
Washington Ave, where I live,
raining.
we had 170 gift bags
Yeah.
full of different candy. We ran out within an hour.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
So
Yeah.
we're going over 300 this year. So I feel your pain, brother.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think we were giving out 5 pieces of candy, so we had 1,000 trick-or-treaters.
Wow.
And I'm not
It's
even sure that's like.
it's certain streets that they pick out and get hit hard. And we came from North Lake Street, which had nobody.
Oh yeah.
So we hated Halloween for
Oh,
5
yeah.
years. Now we're over here and we have this real pretty archway.
Okay.
And my girl's making stuff out of what she's made out of, the pool foam.
Yep.
The, what do you call it?
Pool noodles.
Pool noodles.
Yep.
And she made like Tootsie Rolls and M&Ms and out of pool noodles.
Yep.
And we got this real pretty arch door, and it looks. I'll have to invite you over, and you can
Yeah,
check out our
for
little
sure.
piece of heaven.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll just come over right after we're done here if you have
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, and I'll show you mine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Also another thing too, gravestone is all handmade. People like to lean on it because they think, oh, it's made out of stone. No, it's all foam. It's all hand carved.
Okay.
And
It really looks like stone. You had me full.
yeah. Yeah.
That would be heavy, very heavy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's probably the lightest thing we have. It's like not even a half a pound.
Yeah.
It's super lightweight.
Yeah.
We even got down details in the show. We've got
Yeah.
like our Bush Reagan sign
Yes,
84.
I seen that. I looked at that and I chuckled. That's my childhood.
Oh yeah.
I was
Yeah.
born in '76.
I was born in '85, so I don't
Yeah.
remember much. I just
Yeah.
remember a little bit.
We had
but-
the same haircut.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's your stylist?
Me,
Same here.
every day. Pain in my ass.
Oh yeah. So another thing too is we do have more decorations coming.
Okay.
We have a much larger Castle Byers. Last year we had a facade of a Castle Byers. This
Yep.
year we're making an actual fort.
Okay.
So it's going to be huge. I have to go cut lumber down later today for it, possibly, and
Yeah.
maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
We use dead trees, so nobody freak out. I'm not cutting down live trees. And then we also have a couple more Demodogs coming. So
Oh wow.
like this guy, but much smaller.
Okay.
We have 2 of those. We're in the works. Hopefully they'll be done sometime next week.
All right. You're gonna make video?
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
going to try to do videos. We've been getting a lot of attention on the 12-foot skeleton group on Facebook.
Yes.
And everybody's asking us how we do stuff, so we're like, oh, now we got to make videos on how to do this stuff. So
I just made one.
nice.
Make sure you share it around. I'll share it on my page, which has 1,700.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay, yeah,
you'll
definitely.
get some attention, man.
Yeah, so yeah, we have to make a video on how to make the mind flayer.
Yeah.
We just did one last night on the spider webs, which
Yeah.
you said you saw,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
then this guy, I don't know. We didn't really get a lot of videos, but we're just going to explain it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're trying to help other people do the same thing. We want to spread the joy.
I love it. You're in the Halloween spirit.
Yeah, try to be.
You should do something out here for Christmas. Do you do Christmas or no?
We do Christmas. We wanted to go crazy last year, but I was so exhausted, and I was just like, I'm tired. We spent almost a solid month last year doing what we did, and it was a lot of maintenance. It's not just making the stuff; it's constant like coming out, adjusting things, adjusting.
The weather
lights.
probably will take a toll on it, and you got to probably fix it.
Yeah, we actually last week it got knocked over, the big guy, because I didn't stake him in properly.
Yeah.
So it got knocked right down. Fittings broke. I had to take it all apart, reassemble it, and but yeah, there's lots of little things. We have to adjust the floating girl up here every couple days. Her just stuff shifts on her. And take her up and down for bad weather, and but. Yeah, we enjoy it. But yeah, Christmas, you're back to that. Yeah,
I'm a Christmas guy more than Halloween.
Same here.
If you're flipping out like this over Halloween, I can imagine what Christmas would be.
So it's not so much Halloween, it's more Stranger Things for us. So, but we just go with the Halloween spirit. But yeah, Christmas is totally our jam. We love it. We just try to stay traditional with Christmas. I don't like going too wild.
Yeah.
We did think about doing a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That would be
theme.
awesome.
But I was like, well, I got to find a motorhome and all this stuff.
Shitter's full.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
My show, I could say that.
Yeah. And the city would probably frown upon us dumping into their sewer lines.
You out there in the bathrobe?
Yeah. Yeah, the neighbors might not appreciate that one.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're always thinking of something, but I feel like it's easier time of year too to work on this stuff.
Yes.
Christmas, it's so cold and less to take down.
When do you start doing the preparation for this?
We started before we even finished last year. We were planning things, but we really got started building things about a month and a half ago.
Yep.
We started ordering things maybe 2 months ago. So we just tried to get ahead of everything so we weren't like running around last minute like we were last year. Because last year we only wanted to start with the Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh wow, this is amazing. And I was like, okay, well, we had a plan for this floating girl, and we were like, well, we can probably do that too. And then I saw somebody else did it, and I was like, okay, well, now we have to do it because somebody else did it, and they got like nationwide fame over it. I'm like, okay, we have to do it now. And so we did that, and then we just kind of like kept building more and more. It's like, well, we have the space. Let's just keep expanding and expanding.
Now, do your neighbors dig this, or you get a little complaint here?
So we have a few neighbors who are, I don't think they understand what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they have a lot to say. A lot of them are just kind of like, they kind of like glare at you. They don't say anything, but we've had a couple people last year say stuff to us. We had one lady out here making a big fuss, like pacing back and forth in front of her lawn. She's like, oh, I can't believe this is disgusting. That girl up there, like so many young girls are abused. I'm like, she's not dead. She's floating. She's flying in the sky. Like that's different than being dead.
Yeah.
I said, I can understand your frustration, but let me explain it to you, and then you'll be fine with it. And she didn't want to hear it. She just walked away and just started screaming at us down the street. And I was like, okay.
I won't say what I want to say, but people suck sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's like it's the spirit, and there's so many people that are happy about it.
I love it.
I don't let people like that get to me because
Take it with a grain of salt.
You're always going to have haters, and that's just
that is what it is.
Yeah. And but another person yesterday, like they kind of like make little statements like, so when you taking this down, like they don't say anything, but I'm
when you taking it down, we ain't even at Halloween yet.
Yeah, but there was definitely a few neighbors who were kind of upset, but when we explained, they were like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense now, and so people are happy, and they I think that some of the people, I'm not sure about all of them, but a lot of the people like the extra traffic we get on the street now.
Yeah.
Because when we first moved here, it was not that many people on this street for trick-or-treaters.
My cousin lives down on the other end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it seems like this is a pretty festive street to me.
I've always liked this street. We almost bought a house on this street, but we went with Washington Ave instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the street. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of older people on this street, which is nice because everybody's always watching over everything. So.
Yeah. We're very protected on Washington Ave.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you one more thing.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a thing every year, Stranger Things theme, or are you going to expand and maybe do something else?
So that's a good question. We're kind of debating back and forth. My wife likes the traditional Halloween, and I
Yeah.
do too. So we might take a break possibly next year, depending on how things go.
Yeah.
A lot of people were sad they didn't get to see it this year, so that's why we did it again this year as well.
Yeah.
So we kept on expanding, and so it kind of made it so we were able to let other people get that chance to experience. And if it happens to be there people like that again
Yeah.
this year, we'll go ahead and do it next year. But my thought is we'll skip a year, and then when a new season gets released in 2025 possibly, we'll put it back up again so the hype's back up.
Yeah.
And keeps on going. But the show Stranger Things is so Halloween themed anyways, it kind of works.
Yeah.
And I hate not displaying all the work I put into it. It's a lot of work. So
Gotta show it. Gotta show it.
yeah. Yeah, but we do have other plans. But I won't say what they are yet.
No,
but
don't tell anybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll make it a surprise, and then
Yeah.
it's more fun that way.
Hopefully, I'm welcome to come back
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
and talk to you some more about it. You know, if you go a different route. Like,
Yeah.
how did you do this? How did you do this?
Oh yeah, definitely. No,
Because I got ordered last year by my fiance. Well, she's still my fiance. You need to make friends with these guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm here trying to make friends with you.
It's all right. I don't mind friends. Yeah, friends are all right.
Yeah.
It's the enemies that you hate.
Yeah, but you know,
No, it's-
I'm the most likable person in the world.
no, you're pretty nice, sir.
Yeah.
One more thing too, I will say is people always feel like they shouldn't, like they can't stop and like take a look.
Yeah.
I see people like driving by 40 miles an hour, just
Yeah.
like with their camera. It's like you can stop and get out and like, it's all right. We don't mind. Just
Yeah.
don't touch.
Be
any-
respectful.
Yeah, just don't touch anything. We've
Yeah.
had some people like push on the gravestones, just and like people hanging off of this, the
Oh
big
my
guy
God.
over there. And
They think it's a jungle gym?
yeah, and it's like, yeah, this stuff isn't. It's handmade. But yeah, just as long as you're respectful, we're happy to have you by, and
Yeah.
yeah, we're friendly people. So if you
Yes.
see us out here, don't be afraid to even just say hey. We're not gonna.
So hear that, guys? You can come in here on Cleveland Ave. It's not far down Cleveland. Just a few houses. Take video, whatever you want. Just be respectful.
Yep.
I shouldn't have to tell people that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
and don't be walking all over their lawn and stuff. Just
Yeah.
from the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, yeah. We don't mind. I mean, if you guys do want to get pictures, you can like stand a little bit in the lawn, but
Yeah.
just stay away a little bit. Sometimes, especially watch the kids, because people do not watch their kids, and they
Yes.
just start
Yeah.
yanking on stuff. And
Yeah.
but yeah, we don't mind like getting pictures up in front of the letterboard here.
Yeah.
And, standing under Max is no problem.
That's cool, man.
Yep. And then another thing too, we do have more decorations. Like I did say, clock's coming out later in October. It's an expensive clock, so we don't want to like leave it out in the weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all of the decorations I can think of off the top of my head that we're gonna have.
Yeah. You're killing it, man.
Well, thank you. And-
I'm a fan. So is my fiance.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, and
I
Eddie,
mean, we rode by the other day and she was trying to take video. She wants to come here at night and take a video. I said, remember, just be respectful. She's like, I know. Don't piss anybody off.
we don't get pissed off unless you give us reason to piss us
That's
off.
right. But she thinks I should, I'm going to shoot a video of this when we're done.
Yep.
But she thinks I should do it at dusk and come back then.
It is definitely more amazing at
Yeah.
dusk.
So I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. A
So
lot
if
of
you see me
people-
back out here, I'm just taking a video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people last year were coming out in the middle of the day, and it's like you don't get that full effect. Like the lighting, we designed the lighting at night to
Yeah.
make it feel like it's like it feels like part of the show.
Yeah.
It gives it more.
Yeah.
Like the daylight just kind of destroys the whole feel of it.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll just have to do a second shot at night then.
I'm all for it, man. Leave the chairs out here.
I'll bring my jacket.
Now, do you have like a fog machine to go with this, or?
Yeah, so we do have a fog machine. I'm not excellent at fog.
Yeah.
I tried it. It works, but fog's so finicky with weather and
Yeah.
with the wind, it just blows it away. So we try it. Fog juice does get expensive,
Yes.
and I don't like making it all the time.
Yeah.
But it's not too I might possibly get into it if I have more time. I might get another fog machine and try to make it more dispersed. It's hard when you have one point and it's just blowing across the yard.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, New York falls are a little breezy.
Today's breezy, but it feels nice.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man.
Well,
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for
Very
interviewing.
detail oriented. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
thank
like
you.
you know what you were doing.
I like to think so, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. I just did it.
You did a phenomenal job. I am a huge fan.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Even watch you ripping the holes in these, I was like, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's. I don't know how. You just got to do it.
And I'm glad you have the vision in your head and you go through with it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had the vision and it gets scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
That's for sure.
all right,
So,
Jason, thank you very much, brother.
It's great to meet you, and thanks for coming
Nice
by.
to meet you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. He's on Cleveland Ave. Do you want to get up your exact address or just say Cleveland Ave?
I mean, 343 Cleveland Ave. I mean, it's
That's on
if
you.
you're here, it's here.
Just remember to be respectful,
Oh yeah. So
obviously.
we hope to see you guys.
Yes. All right,
Sure.
man.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take that mic from
There
you.
you go. Oh. And then, yeah, I always hand do everything myself. I'm always very